Since today is the 5th anniversary of Grand Theft Auto Online, or 5 years of online, I figured this would be an awesome opportunity to go ahead and take a look back at all the updates over the years. We're going to be looking at the trailers that Rockstar have released, sort of comparing them to what they were at the time and what we think now. So let's start from the very beginning. So these first couple of updates did not have trailers. That's just something Rockstar didn't do back in the day. The very first DLC for Grand Theft Auto Online was the Beach Bum update. It included 2 new weapons, it included 3 new cars, a new boat, some beach-themed clothing, tattoos, hairstyles, and jobs. And it was the first update that came out on November 19th, 2013. After that, we got the Content Creator update, which came out on December 10th, 2013, and it basically added a job editor. Following that, on December 18th, 2013, we got the Capture update, which basically improved the job editor by adding the capture mode. And then on December 24th, 2013, we actually got the Holiday Gifts update, which again was a very simple DLC. Just featured some Christmas-themed clothing. It was an overall festive theme, stuff like that. Now we move to 2014, where we had the Valentine's Day Massacre Special, a time-limited content that included the Gusenberg Sweeper, the Albany Roosevelt, as well as gangster-themed clothing, hairstyles, and actions. This was released on February 13th, 2014, and only lasted for about 3 weeks. After that, we got the Business Update. The Business Update consisted of 2 new weapons, 3 new cars, and a new plane, as well as additional formal clothing, hairstyles, and tattoos. This came out on March 4th, 2014. After that, we got the High Life Update, which included a new weapon, 3 new cars, and a new motorcycle, as well as additional high-end clothing, apartments, jobs, and contact missions. This came out on May 13th, 2014. To me, it was sort of an extension of the Business Update. And the last DLC that did not get a trailer was the I Am Not a Hipster update that consisted of 2 new weapons, 7 new cars, and 12 new jobs, along with a host of other adjustments, game tuning, and exploit fixes. This was released on June 17th, 2014. So those were the updates that came out without any trailers. So we never saw anything released from Rockstar. The first update that got a trailer was the Independence Day Special. That got a short series of trailers that showed off the new content, including the musket, firework launcher, Vapid Liberator, new motorcycle, the Western Sovereign, and a bunch of USA-themed clothing, hairstyle, face paint, and rural safe houses. This update was released on July 1st, 2014, and expired on August 1st, 2014. So we got some fun little trailers that Rockstar showed off right there. I would say the first awesome trailer that Rockstar did was for the San Andreas Flight School update. This trailer was incredible. So it showed off a bunch of the new helicopters and planes that we got. Also a new vehicle too. It introduced the San Andreas Flight School to the game, which back in the day was kind of awesome. Like the fact that they had added something like that, so cool. This update actually came out on August 19th, 2014, and it was really cool. It added like patriotic parachutes, a bunch of different countries for our parachute bags, the ability to buy a second and reserve parachute. So this update added a lot of cool stuff. I think it was slightly misleading with like all the things they showed off, like how you could start in that tower and some of the maneuvers you could do, but it ultimately led to a really cool trailer. I would say this is like the Smuggler's Run Part 1 trailer that they included. I take that back. There's actually a couple more updates that did not have trailers, including the Last Team Standing update that added 2 new weapons, 1 new car, and 2 new motorcycles, as well as new clothing items and jobs, and of course the Last Team Standing mode that was added to the Content Creator. This was released on October 2nd, 2014. After that, we got the Festive Surprise update that consisted of 2 new weapons, 4 new vehicles, and race car versions of the Massacro and the Jester, as well as new Christmas-themed clothing, new properties, and much more. It was released on December 18th, 2014. and it was limited time content that went away early in 2015. Now, to this day, one of the biggest updates to arrive, the first one in 2015, the heist update. So the heist update was probably the most anticipated DLC, just given the fact that we had expected it to arrive into the game on day one. It never did, and it was finally here, and it brought so much new stuff. I mean, it brought land vehicles, motorbikes, helicopters, planes, obviously the heist update itself, the new adversary modes. This is awesome. This came out on March 10th, 2015. Probably to this day, a handful of players' most favorite updates of all time. And the trailer was awesome too. It was action-packed, it was exciting. You know, all of it was really, really cool. After the heist update, it was Ill-Gotten Gains Part 1 and Ill-Gotten Gains Part 2. Now, these updates were released a month apart from each other in June and July. I'm not sure why Rockstar didn't make it one DLC, but it consisted of new cars, new weapons, new planes, new content for us to enjoy. And what's interesting is these two updates were the last to be added to the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. So if you're still playing on those consoles, that's the last new content you have in the game, which is kind of crazy. The first new content added to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One included the free mode events update, which was a interesting DLC because all of the content featured new modes, adversary modes, that didn't require loading screens and lobbies. Like, all of it was done just in free roam. Now, in the trailer, Rockstar made this look amazing. Like, of course, when 16 to 18 people are, you know, doing a penned in, of course that's going to be fun. The problem I ran into with the free mode update is, you know, you could never get anyone to consistently do something like this. So to me, I always thought this update was slightly disappointing. And I don't even know if those free mode events are even in the game anymore. I think Rockstar ultimately removed it. After that, we got one of the best DLCs ever, in my opinion, and that is the Lowriders update. So Grand Theft Auto Online Lowriders was incredible. It introduced Bennies, which of course gave us a ton of new vehicles, new customization options. It also added a bunch of new adversary modes and Lamar's missions, which was really cool as well. This update came out on October 20th, 2015. It also included the Halloween surprise, which included, you know, the Frankenstein and the Lurcher. It included some new modes as well, some new Halloween stuff. This update was amazing. I was so looking forward to this because it was a new auto shop in the game. We had never gotten something like that before. So Benny's was incredible. It has changed Grand Theft Auto Online forever, and it's just one of the best updates of all time. The Lamar missions are really underrated and super cool, and Rockstar actually released 2 trailers for this DLC. One of them was sort of focused on Benny's. One of them was sort of focused on the overall update itself. But this is an amazing DLC, probably one of the best of all time. At the end of 2015, we got Grand Theft Auto Online, Executives, and Other Criminals. This was a major content update that included a ton of new content. Probably the 2 biggest things that Rockstar added would be the stilt homes that you could purchase in Vinewood and the fully staffed and upgradable super yachts, as well as new high-end apartments with customizable interiors. This came out on December 15th, 2015. It also included the Festive Surprise 2015 update that had a lot of new stuff, which was really, really cool. Now, this DLC's trailer was amazing. It obviously showed off the yachts, the new places to live. It had some misleading things in there, like the people swimming in the pool in the back. And I thought we were going to be owning like actual mansions. That obviously turns out not to be the case. They were more stilt homes. But either way, it was an incredible DLC. Had a ton of fun with that. Following that update, we got the January 2016 update that included the Bravado Banshee 900R and the Karen Sultan RS for Benny's, as well as the Drop Zone adversary mode. It was released in January of 2016. Really what this update included was the Valentine's Day update, the Be My Valentine DLC. We actually got a very small trailer for that. That came out on February 10th, 2016. Pretty small DLC right there. After that, we got another sort of semi-small update that came out in March, Lowriders Customs Classics. Basically just a continuation of the Lowriders update we got back in 2015. That came out in March 15th, 2016, included a bunch of new vehicles and adversary modes. And then we got our first big boy of 2016, Finance and Felony. This obviously added the CEO office. It added the ability to source and sell CEO crates. You could become the CEO of a criminal organization, buy offices and warehouse. This update came out on June 7th, 2016. It had 7 new land vehicles. It had a new plane, a new helicopter. The last boat that Rockstar added in the game, the Tug, this definitely has to go down as one of the best updates that Rockstar has created in terms of adding new content into the game. Finance and Felony was just absolutely incredible in terms of the new content it provided. Just a month later, Rockstar released Grand Theft Auto Online Cunning Stunts on July 12th, 2016. This was a massive racing update that included 10 new land vehicles, a bunch of motorcycles, stunt races, new clothing items. I mean, it was incredible how much content Rockstar released here. I mean, those stunt tracks are amazing, and you see so many people utilizing them today, and so many other updates have come out because of that DLC, which is pretty cool. On October 4th, 2016, we got the Bikers update, one of the most highly requested DLCs Rockstar has added into the game. It included 13 new land vehicles, new clothing items, tattoos, weapons, and the ability to start and run a motorcycle club, which would allow you to purchase clubhouses and new businesses. So this update was amazing. Obviously, the biker theme was so cool. It was basically like a Sons of Anarchy update for Grand Theft Auto Online. And just the things you could do were really fun and really enjoyable. It was basically a newer twist on Finance and Felony, but I really enjoyed it. It's going to go down as one of my favorite updates of all time. And the final update of 2016, one of the best we've had on December 13th, 2016, Grand Theft Auto Online Import Export, a major content update that added 18 new land vehicles. That is a ton. New clothing items, tattoos, the ability to purchase a vehicle warehouse, start vehicle cargo missions, and special vehicle work. Rockstar added so many different things to this update. It was basically like a Fast and Furious DLC for Grand Theft Auto Online. It was so cool, the things Rockstar decided to add in this update. I think it changed the game forever. It's honestly one of the best money-making methods we've had in online, and there was just so much new content added that it's kind of hard to say that it wasn't one of the best DLCs we ever got. In 2017, our first update on March 14th was kind of a small one, Cunning Stunts Special Vehicle Circuit, just sort of a improvement on the Cunning Stunts update that was released back in 2016. Had a couple new cars, and it had some new races, which was a fun update, but it was obviously nothing huge. Our first big one of 2018 was Gunrunning. This came out on June 13th, 2017. It introduced the new gunrunning business, which was done at the bunkers, which you obviously had to buy. It included many new vehicles, including some weaponized ones as well. Some of the best supercars and weaponized vehicles we have in the game right now. The gunrunning update was awesome. We got Agent 14 back. It was sort of a fresh twist. We hadn't had a business update for really half a year. If you want to include import-export in the business updates, but it utilized like the same CEO office, so this was like the first new one in a while. So that, of course, was Gunrunning. A couple months later, we had Grand Theft Auto Online Smuggler's Run, which introduced hangars that we could buy, air freight cargo missions. It was essentially an expansion of further adventures in Finance and Felony. The update focused on air freight, aircraft hangars, new air weaponized vehicles. It was fun. I know some people didn't enjoy like the airplane aspect of this update, but I know I really did. I thought it was a blast to ultimately check out. And you got to see some fun new characters return like Ron, and they also added a bunch of other stuff into the game, clothing, tattoos, etc. It was a really good update in my opinion. The final one of 2017, some would argue the biggest DLC we've ever received, that is the Doomsday heist. So the Doomsday heist allowed us to purchase a facility and carry out a new Doomsday-themed heist, which unlocked new fully customizable weaponized vehicles. For example, the Jetpack, the Avenger, the Ocelot Pariah. There was so much that Rockstar added in the Doomsday heist. It was basically like the heist update, obviously, but with a 2018 to 2017 sort of twist on what Rockstar had been doing in online. I mean, it featured new characters like Avon Hearst and Bogdan. We got to go to new areas and new places. It changed the map in terms of what you see in online. So, I mean, it was an amazing update, chock full of new content. Again, probably one of the best updates of all time. And then that brings us to 2018, where so far we've only had 2 updates. The first of which was the Southern San Andreas Super Sports Series, which basically added like some more racing modes and some race car style vehicles. I thought it was an okay update. I think Rockstar focused too much on the adversary modes in this DLC and less of, sort of the new content. And then that brings us to the last update we've got, Grand Theft Auto Online After Hours, which is still getting its drip feed content released into the game right now. This update was obviously massive. It introduced nightclubs, nightclub management missions, business consolidation stuff, new insane vehicles like the Terabyte, a new treasure hunt as well. This update obviously came out on the 24th of July. There was so much that this DLC added, including real-life DJ personalities. I mean, just so much. So anyways, that right there is a look back at the last 5 years of Grand Theft Auto Online DLCs and content. Again, it's really crazy to see just how far Rockstar has come and how many updates they've added into the game. It is pretty incredible. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below if you're still obviously here watching. What was your favorite update in Grand Theft Auto Online? Was it one that came out years ago in 2013? Or was it one that came out in 2017 or 2018? Let us know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.